Hi, my name is Holly Wright, and I will be presenting the lesson plan that I have created for Assignment 8, Promethean Board ActivInspire. I've created a lesson plan that will cover the topic of the life cycle of a butterfly. This lesson is going to be used in a 3rd grade classroom, and I have created this lesson plan using the technology ActivInspire and will present it on the technology Promethean board. So let's get started. This first slide is just the title page or title slide, and it has the topic life cycle of a butterfly in text there, and then the background is an image that I have uploaded onto the ActivInspire flip chart that I've created. So I went and did that, and I changed the background. To do that, and then the next slide is going to be part of the instruction. The first part of the lesson is instruction, and then down here the last few slides are going to be the activities, the interactive part. So this instruction here, stages of the life cycle, this is just a quick little overview of the 4 stages, and I've included a picture of each to go along with that. It'll be a good visual and visual organizer for the students to look at. Up here where I've highlighted the word life cycle in orange, I have a link. We'll go watch a little bit of that. This is going to link to a YouTube video of a little fun song that the students can listen to. I'll show you just a little bit into that. We don't need to watch all of it. So this song, I found it on YouTube, and it's just going to cover the 4 stages of the life cycle. And I lost it for a minute, but here it is. Let's get into it a little bit. Okay, so there's that quick little video. You can just picture the kids singing along with that and learning the 4 stages to kind of get us rolling and get the kids interested. So now we're going to move on to the next slide. This slide is going to have instruction and information on stage number 1 of the life cycle, and each of these slides actually are going to cover a different stage, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And during this part of the lesson, I'm going to be up at the board presenting and kind of asking the kids some questions and answering any questions they may have, explaining the stages of the life cycle to them. So there's the egg, the caterpillar, and we'll pause and talk about each of these as I'm up delivering the instruction. And then here on the chrysalis, I actually have 2 different videos for the students to watch as well. So let's go ahead and watch the first one. I've linked the YouTube videos to the images here. And it's loading. And this is going to show how the caterpillar is turning from a caterpillar and forming its chrysalis, which can be kind of an interesting topic for kids. It may be difficult for them to understand that the insect can create this shell around the outside of it. So this video will hopefully help them grasp that concept more realistically. And we may not watch the entire video because 2 minutes isn't very long, but with 3rd graders and it may seem to move slowly, they may lose interest. So we may jump ahead at a couple spots. Just because I've included the video doesn't necessarily mean that I will need to use the whole video for the lesson. I think the kids will find this pretty entertaining though. So there's that one. And then this next video, this YouTube image or video is also linked to an image, and this is going to be more about how the butterfly emerges from the chrysalis after it's been in there some time. And again, we may not need to watch the entire video because it's a couple of minutes and the kids may lose interest, but we can at least show them different spurts of this video. This one again being a really good visual for the students to understand how that works rather than just hear me tell them about it. So the last stage is the butterfly, and I have a few different pictures there for them to look at, and that will wrap up the instruction part of the lesson. And now I will display this slide on the presentation for the class to see, and then I'll give them some directions to go with it. So it says, now, can you fly through the life cycle of a butterfly? And then it gives them two directions there, direct activities to do. The first one says, work on butterfly life cycle packets at your desk. So the students at this time, I will pass out a butterfly life cycle packet, which is going to include a coloring page, a word search, maybe some matching terms, maybe a little life cycle diagram, hopefully some fun desk work activities that students can work on either by themselves or in partners. And then the next part says, Miss Wright will call you up in pairs to complete the Life Cycle Challenge and Magic Chrysalis Challenge. So this is where we really get the kids working on the Promethean board and we really get them interacting in this lesson. I'll call them up in pairs to come up and work on the next two slides, which I've created. Let's take a look at those. So this part in the lesson is going to be an interactive activity for students to work on when they come up in their groups of two. And I actually found this template over here. It's going to be right there. I found it in Activities and Templates. I can click on that. And then I found it in Activities, Learner Response. I'm pretty sure it was in Other Activities. And then they have all kinds of templates you can use. This is a very helpful tool. That is a feature of the ActivInspire technology. They already have some templates built for you to use in your lesson plans. So I found this one, and it is the life cycle of a butterfly, so just what I was needing. And how it will work is students will just drag the image to the appropriate box to complete the life cycle of a butterfly. So egg, caterpillar, chrysalis, butterfly. Just like that. And then when they're done with that, they will know to just hit the refresh button and it'll reset for the next group of kids. So let's go back. So that is the life cycle challenge, and then this next one is the magic chrysalis challenge. And this one I've created by layering words underneath this image, and then I locked the image so that the students will not move that, but they will be able to reach into the magic chrysalis and see what comes out, which is kind of fun because it's an interactive activity that goes along with the stuff we're learning. So they'll reach in, pull out a word, and they see butterfly, and then they'll match that up with the terms, definitions on the left here. So butterfly, where is that going to go? Adult stage of the insect's life cycle. Well, it can go right there, butterfly. And next we pull out caterpillar. Feeding and growing stage of the life cycle. So you can see just how this will work. Chrysalis, it's going to be the object the caterpillar forms around itself. So students can do that in pairs, and they can take turns using the pin. One student will pull one out, they'll talk about where it should go, and throw it in the right spot, and then they'll pass the pin off. And just like with this, when they're done, they're going to go ahead and hit the refresh button, so then it's good to go for the next crew of students. And that should wrap up the Magic Chrysalis Challenge, and therefore wrapping up the lesson plan. With this, there's also a couple different places I changed the background. I've used images and linked videos, which is very helpful. You could also create hyperlinks and link out to other things such as text or images on the web. And here I changed the background of that title page. So that wraps up the lesson that I created using ActivInspire and the Promethean board. This technology is very effective and very helpful to students. I feel like they can really gain a lot from these interactive lessons. It really keeps them engaged and offers a variety of different modes of learning. Students will learn verbally, visually, kinesthetically when they're up here moving things around, when they're up moving around, and audio. You can throw in some videos and some audio. This really will help out most styles of learning.